The Apothecary Diaries Season 2 takes what used to feel like a bunch of disconnected episodic mystery plots and manages to actually wrap them all together, including the ones from the first season, into what turns into be this actually like cohesive and interesting like multi-part conspiracy plot to sort of overthrow the country, but not really. I won't go into it because there's a lot to unpack with it. Honestly, pretty surprised that it was able to do that, because I was pretty convinced it was just going to be a bunch of episodic mysteries, which was fine, but it really elevated itself by tying everything together. And it not only managed to do that, it also helped develop the consorts that were sort of left to the wayside in season 1, where we get to the point where like one of them, which was barely touched on, is now one of my favorite characters in the entire story. And more than that, we actually have a sense of progression as time in Apothecary Diaries refuses to slow down. It keeps moving, and the characters are starting to change their positions and not just develop as characters, but develop their positions in lives and go off into different directions and change how they're interacting with the world. Like, we're actually getting senses of progression, not just with the characters' sort of like emotional journeys, but with the characters' stations in life and with the plot and with the narrative. And shockingly enough, there's even romantic developments between our main leads in this, which fucking floored me. I was not expecting. I really thought it was going to keep spinning its wheels forever. And to be honest, it's doing a fake out sort of thing where we're getting the will they, won't they. So it's probably going to keep spinning its wheels. But honestly, the fact that we've even gotten this far in just 2 seasons says a lot about how much Apothecary Diary is willing to explore its characters and its subject matter and the sort of world that it is building. And this is actually a really impressive season that I did feel was probably at the start a bit weaker than the original season before coming out way on top. This is definitely head and shoulders above what I felt in season 1. And there are such powerful moments at the very ends of the season as all of these arcs are coming together to reach a head. The only thing I am worried about at this point was that I think season 2 might have, there's still room for the story to grow and the characters to grow, but it does feel like this is the end of a sort of series of arcs and sagas. And so going into a season 3, which has already been confirmed, I'm not sure how they could keep going with this. What I would like to do is for them to basically do it again, not with the same story, but to continue another saga of not necessarily even disconnected arcs. I just want the story to keep going with the same idea where all of the stories add up to a greater whole. I don't want it to become episodic, because season 2 has proved to me that at least the initial parts of it weren't, and that there was a greater vision, and I hope that continues going forward. But needless to say, I am absolutely invested, and I am definitely going to be watching the next season. Twitch and Discord in the description. I've been Sacrobolic, your envoy of hope. Bye-bye!